What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RaceNews.com, and welcome back to another Rockets Hits and Heartbreaks. Well, it was a pretty good week for the Rockets at Keeneland. That's kind of where we're going to stick to. Had some nice smaller cashes at Belmont at the Big A and Santa Anita as well. Forgive me, I'm still on a little bit of sleep after this OU Texas game on Saturday. But, listen, it was a smaller cashes, Belmont, Big A, and Santa Anita, but Keeneland really is where we had a very good day. We're going to look at Saturday. We're going to look at both pick fives. We're going to look at the early and the late. The early will be the one that we won, and then the late will be the one that we lost. So I'm going to pull up the ticket now, the one that we hit. So we're going to do this one first, and we'll just go through this Keeneland card. I'll kind of give you my thoughts on what I was thinking here. So the early pick five is a winner. Like I said, $96 ticket, singling the number 5 Saffron Moon in the 4th race. Kind of mad at myself, even though I hit it, because I had this as a $48 ticket at first, and ended up having to kind of, I don't know. I ended up adding some horses that maybe I didn't need to add. I guess I should put it that way. So we'll start it off right here. 5, 6, 7 in the first. Debate gets it done. An easy win, and that was the horse I had on top. So I mean, that was good. A really good win to get it started. If you had the betting Bible, actually had a win bet on that one recommended as well. So debate pays $7.30 to win. Off to a good start. We beat the favorite, the number 6. So yeah. Anyway, feeling pretty good after the first race there on this $96 ticket. Moving on to the second leg. Was super relieved when this horse, the 13 Virgin, scratched into the race. Another, if you had the betting Bible, another horse I had as a win wager recommendation. Yeah, I mean, I just one off the pace. I was pretty excited to see this horse. I thought this horse would run pretty well, and definitely ran a very good race. We were all over it though. The 1 came in second, the 5 in third. So even if the 13 kind of falters there, no big deal. We're still right there. So Virgin gets the job done. We're 2 for 2. Heading into the third leg, and this was one that I thought we might get a little bit better price than $8.70. 2, 4, 6, 7 is where I went on this one. I thought the favorite ran well. I like the 7 better than the 6 actually in this spot. So I thought the 7 might jump up and get the job done, but. Again, these were very, unstressful races, right? I mean, we're 3 for 3. We were kind of all over it. So really in good shape. Structured this whole thing around Saffron Moon. That was the whole key to this. Had to get Saffron Moon home here. And as you see, Saffron Moon gets the job done. I was happy to see the 1 get second. That was a horse I did like in second. Almost played too deep there, but just thought, no, we're going to structure it around the 5. So Saffron Moon gets it done. A really nice win. And once again, betting Bible hits this one as well. So feeling very, very good going into the last leg of this thing. Look, it's no doubt this was the horse we needed to win. I really liked Alder in the spot. I thought about, trying to just play too deep, and it would have been Alder and Valentine Candy. Thank God I didn't, because that would have been, really frustrating. So I went 1, 3, 4, 9. In the end, I just thought, what, these are 2-year-olds in an allowance race. You never know. They're young. They could jump up. And the number 1 Normandy Hero did exactly that. Jumped up and ran a better race than what we had seen out of her in the past. So I thought this was a really good win here and for Rudy Brissett. And you look in the pick 5, because that horse won the last leg of this thing, pays $1,116.40. So really nice nice payout there. Really good way to start the day if you bought the Rockets. Also, the guide had the pick 5 as well and the pick 4. So the guide was up, about $1,300 once you take out the ticket costs. So, really good way to start it. I felt great going into the second half of this thing. And to be honest, I like the second pick 5 ticket better than the first. And so let's just go through it here quickly as we kind of wrap this thing up. Well, I wanted to talk another thing. I think with this one, the one that hit, before I move on, I was really between Saffron Moon or the 5 in the first race as to who we're going to build this thing around. And I think sometimes when I'm right there on the edge, but I'm not quite sure which way I want to go, I always tend to lean towards the more classy of horse. And sometimes it bites you, sometimes it doesn't. But it's like, okay, if I'm going to rely if I'm going to have my money resting, $96 in this case, resting on one horse in the sequence, I want it to be a horse that's pretty classy. I want it to be a horse, that's in the allowance ranks and we think can be a stakes type of horse. And that, sometimes you can't do that because those races are really competitive. But if you're between a couple, that's how I kind of make the tiebreaker. So that's why I went Saffron Moon in that spot. So with that same light, we'll talk about the late pick 5 here. This was a miss, another $96 ticket. I do not have the ticket wrote up, but it's frustrating because, well, I'll get to it. But for Arzak wins the first leg. That's fine. We were deep in that first leg. We get that one through. Uguri, the horse we had in the next leg. So we're good. We're 2 for 2. We feel good. Here's the single. It's in Italian. She gets beat again, and she got beat. I mean, there's really nothing you can complain about. She just got beat, and that's all there's to it. So we were sitting on a pretty good one until this happened. Just frustrating for sure. But yeah, she's Italian gets caught late by Gina Romantica. The most frustrating thing is Gina Romantica was entered in a smaller race at Belmont at the Big A 2 times, had her single both times. They called off the race both times. That was the days where it was raining like crazy. They didn't call off the race. They called off the whole card. So she comes here at Keeneland, and my thought process on Gina Romantica is, okay, I still think she's really good, but she's kind of here because she has to be here. They just couldn't ever get that race, right, up at Belmont at the Big A. I don't think she's beaten in Italian. I had Gina Romantica underneath. I thought the horse would run pretty well. She did. She knocked us out. So that was very frustrating as well. To go on, though, 9th race had locked in that spot as well. Went 3 deep with locked Awesome Road, who was pretty bad, and the Wine Steward, and had up to the mark. Was 4 deep in this race. Had up to the mark, and it's just really frustrating. So you go down, and the pick 5 for this one pays $2,100. It probably pays half of that if an Italian wins. Maybe less, maybe 700 or 800, but that's still a decent payout. And for another one that really no anxious moments other than in Italian. So this kind of shows you, I singled 2 Chad Brown horses on the card, and one of them came in, one of them did not, and so that was the difference. But getting singles homes just 1 out of the 5, and you had to be right on the other ones. The handicapping, as a group was pretty good. Just didn't get that single home, unfortunately. So, but that's what happens. All right, guys, that'll do it for this week's Rockets, Hits, and Heartbreaks. I'll be back next week with more as we lead up towards the Breeders' Cup. But we got big racing. Keeneland, Belmont at the Big A, and Santa Anita rolls on for another week. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. It's Breeders' Cup season, and we've got wall-to-wall coverage of the World Championships. Subscribe to YouTube.com/RacingDudes right now. Click the notification bell. You never want to miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.